We're at Nuclear Blast Records for the advanced listening of Catharsis.
Came here because Machine Head is my favorite band. Love them. Have them tattooed on my right arm.
They're definitely one of my most favorite bands. They're probably my favorite band at this point. Like every single album that's released since easily The Blackening has been on constant rotation.
The thing I've always loved about them is that they've never put out the same record twice. So whether, it's thrashier or groovier or more melodic or whatever the case is, they always find a way to do something they've never done before. So I actually have no idea what to expect. I don't know what that's going to be, but I know it's going to be different, and it's probably going to be really fucking awesome.
Been a fan for them for like maybe 16 years, so that's like half my life already. First got into them during the Supercharger era. When I heard Bulldozer, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm Machine Head since pretty much day one, and then, whenever they played, I saw them. So, made 3 countries, several states in America, and I'm just going to keep on following. I can't wait to hear what this one sounds like, really. I got a little bit of insight on what it could, maybe, possibly rumor, but now I'm here, and I'm going to see the real deal, so it's going to be cool. I'm excited.
Now this changes everything. Smash all your sacred cows. Break all your sacred vows. Never look down on me. Once you get what you see, I could never be another brick in the wall.
Rob Flynn, Machine Head. We're doing spy work right now here at the Nuclear Blast office. We just had a playback for 10 head cases. They don't know I'm here, so we're gonna go surprise them.
What up, guys? Look at this!
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having us.
Dude, love that album. That was
Right on, man.
So good.
Crazy.
Awesome. That's killer. What any tracks stand out right away?
Track 1 through what's the last number?
115.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, track 1 was
75
awesome.
minutes, man.
I will throw one question at you. We did hear the Stand My Ground theme through 2 or 3 different tracks, right? Can you help understand what that was about?
Yeah, so I wrote that song Bastard back in November, about 2 months into the writing process. I threw it up on YouTube, and then I felt like that was going to be the end of it, like it was just going to go away and it'd just stay on YouTube. And then somewhere along the line, that kept on popping up in the rest of the songs, and it came up in Hope Against Hope, it came up in Catharsis, it came up in Grinding Down, and so then we started talking about maybe we should do a band version of this, because I'd always heard that guitar line, and we just ended up trying it, man. So, and then Eulogy came about, and then there we were.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't know any of the song names, though. They just play.
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope is on point.
Right? Awesome.
I like whatever the third one was.
Young and Pale.
Who's that?
Beyond the Pale.
That sounded fun.
Triple Beam.
Yep.
And I felt like when the first one started, we were all like, whoa, like we weren't expecting it to come out like a train like that. Yeah, it was like a freight train.
It was fun to not have a minute-and-a-half long intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we
doing
were
for
all
6
kind of
albums in a row
expecting,
now.
because I noticed when it hit, we were all like, whoa.
No, I love that. Opening track just come out and kick me in the face. That's just it.
Yeah.
And then when the second track kicked in, it was like, oh wow! So it was almost like it was reversed because the slow opening of the second track.
Right.
So normally that would kind of be the opener kind of thing. But no, I love that you came out and just kicked me in the face.
And the experimentation too, which we all talked about.
Yeah.
What's that?
Chorals, strings, pianos, it's all good.
There's a lot of different sounds there.
The hills and valleys, dude.
Yeah.
It's just the hills and valleys, the emotion. It's cathartic. That song title, dude. I mean, the album title is just, it's exactly what it is.
Did you bring back in people again to play strings and all that?
Yeah.
Again?
So I wrote a lot of it on this thing called a Fishman pickup, because I can't compose like that, but I can play all of it on guitar and build it, and that's what I usually do, just record a bunch of guitars. But it's a MIDI pickup, so it adds a MIDI note, And then I send it to my dudes. They add all their string bits, but they're synthetic strings. And then I send it to the quartet that we've been working with for the last 3 or 4 records, and then they do it for real.
Yeah.
I was blown away. That was amazing. You know when you're like listening to an album and you're waiting for like, here's a couple filler songs and then here's a couple songs that are like the hits? That song was all hits. That song blew me away. Like every song kicked my ass. That was heavy. And there was a lot of like new stuff going along with it, but they stayed true to Machine Head.
It was dipping kind of in every single album that they have done, and through the listening, everyone at a certain point was like, oh, that's my favorite song. Oh, that's my favorite song. So I don't think it's gonna deceive anyone. It's really for any Machine Head listener.
Yeah, I'm stoked on that album. Like I can't wait to hear it again.
I thought it was awesome. It way exceeded my expectations for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can definitely hear all of the Machine Head tropes and thematic elements from even almost as the first half of the album, I was thinking, is this a tribute album to like all their old albums? Because you can hear like callbacks to all of some of the old riffs and the things that they do. But as others have said, this is just it was a ride going up and down from the beginning to end for this album, and really well done. And it's great to hear Rob still experimenting and not just being safe.
Like everything just sounded wider, like they were trying to paint a bigger picture musically, kind of like Through the Ashes was. It was just like a bigger, broader album instead of like Locust and Bloodstone were like these tight, like kind of albums, and this just had more breadth to it, I guess. Like we all mentioned, it had better, like awesome intros, the experimentation with chords and piano and whistling and everything that these guys do. It's so cool to see them bring it bigger.
Yeah, and you know how there's some bands who say, oh, this is our best album yet, or this album has ingredients of all our past albums, and sometimes you listen to it, it's all bullshit. This album feels like a culmination, like they really incorporated all ingredients of all the past albums, and it just feels, it's all spearheaded by Rob's playing our vocals. It feels like there's like a band who's just releasing their second album. It feels like you still feel that hunger, and it's fucking awesome.
I found my heroes for free, 6 heroes. I live outside the lines, got no time for the willfully blind. I'll build a wall.
As a married guy with kids, as a married guy with kids, there was some shit on there lyrically that was like right here, man. It was the stuff about talking to your kids and that whole thing like really hit me. And like being a man behind a mask and like not wanting your loved ones to see your pain and stuff, that was
right on, man. Yeah, that was like, there's some weird shit on there, right? Because it's like, we haven't ever done an unplugged, no heavy guitar.
Dude,
that
song was so good.
I was like, I don't know, like, let's just fucking roll with it, because it just felt cool, man. Cool. Yeah.
Thanks for.
I love that song.
Instead of just staying formulaic, I love the experimentation. It shows you're still hungry. The creative burn is still going on inside. So,
I mean, there was a lot of that. I think when we were, it's kind of like 9 albums deep. Like, how do you blow somebody away? Like, how do you?
You did it.
How can I survive you?
Yeah, because you know you're kind of like waiting for like the dull song before the hit. Like that album was all like hard hitting songs.
I'm glad you guys came out. This is cool. It's
Thank you for coming.
You're the first like non-media people that have heard the album anywhere in the world. So.
We were listening to Looking at Joe smiling.
Yeah. Awesome.